You can't fix a marriage by demanding a user manual. The more you chase her for clear instructions, the more she feels like a problem that you're trying to solve. You keep asking what's wrong and promising to fix whatever she names, thinking that's how you show that you're all in. But it just makes her feel managed, not loved. She shuts down because in intimacy, she shuts down because intimacy has turned into a troubleshooting session. And if you keep pressing for answers, she'll stop giving them altogether. And that silence won't just be about this one argument. It'll be about everything. Now, that silence is one of the most frustrating, confusing, and painful experiences a man can go through. It feels like talking to a brick wall. You know she's unhappy. You can see the storm clouds brewing. And your instinct, your good, noble, hardwired instinct, is to step in and make it better. You're a man of action. You solve problems for a living. So, when the person you love is hurting, you want the mission parameters. Just tell me what's wrong and I'll fix it. But what if I told you that this very instinct, the one that makes you a provider and a protector, is the same one that's pushing her away? What if trying to fix her is the reason she's shutting down? It's a paradox that drives good men crazy. And today, we're going to solve it, not by giving you another set of instructions, but by giving you the master key to understanding what's really going on behind that wall of silence. Let's paint a picture. See if this sounds familiar. It's Tuesday night, work was a grind, but you're home. You walk in, the air is heavy, it's quiet, too quiet. She's in the kitchen, but her movements are clunky, deliberate. Your questions get one-word answers. How was your day? Fine. Anything happen? No. You know this feeling. Welcome to the minefield. There's a subtle shift in the energy of your home that you can feel in your gut. Something is wrong. So you do what any loving partner would do. You try to help. Hey, what's up? You seem quiet. She lets out a tiny, exhausted sigh. It's nothing. I'm just tired. But you know it's not nothing. You've been here before. This is either the prelude to a storm or, worse, a long, cold freeze. So you press because you care. You're trying to be the good guy. Come on, talk to me. Did something happen at work? Is it that project you were stressed about? Just tell me. We'll figure it out. She finally stops and looks at you. And there's a flicker of something in her eyes. Frustration, maybe sadness. She says, it's just a lot of things. This is it. A crack in the door. You see an opening to be her hero. You can solve this. Okay, you say, shifting into gear. Like what? Is it your boss again? Because you should be documenting that and going to HR. I told you that last time. She turns away. It's not just my boss. Okay, then what? Is it your sister? You've got to set some boundaries there. We can figure out what to say. You can just call her tomorrow and get it over with. It's not my sister, she says, her voice getting quieter, flatter. Well, just tell me what it is. I can't help if you don't tell me what's broken. I'm here. I want to fix this for you. Let me help. And then it happens. The shutdown. The wall slams down. It's instant and it's absolute. Her face goes blank. She picks up a dish and starts washing it with laser focus. You know what? She says, her back to you. Forget it. It's fine. I don't want to talk about it. And just like that, you're locked out. Conversation over. You're left standing there, baffled, frustrated, maybe even a little angry. You were just trying to help. You showed up, offered your strength, your logic, and you got silence. A silence that feels like rejection. In your world, offering a solution is an act of love. And when it gets thrown back in your face, that hurts. You're trying to prove you're on her team, and it feels like she just kicked you off the field. So you retreat to your corner, and she retreats to hers, and you spend the rest of the night in a tense, quiet truce. And you're left with that burning question. What the hell did I do wrong? All right, pause the scene right there. Is that confusion? Is it frustration? It's completely valid. Your intentions were good. From a problem-solving standpoint, you did everything right. But here's the aha moment that changes everything. She wasn't looking for a project manager. She was looking for a partner. When she brings you her stress, her feelings, that tangled up ball of emotions, she isn't handing you a broken appliance. She's handing you a piece of her heart. Dr. John Gottman calls this a bid for connection. She's not asking, can you fix my problem? She's asking, can you be with me in this feeling for a minute? When you immediately jump into Mr. Fix-It mode, you're accidentally sending a few pretty damaging messages. The first is, your feelings are a problem. You treat her sadness or anxiety like a fire that needs to be put out fast. Instead of seeing her feelings as a valid part of her experience, you frame them as a malfunction. And when her feelings become a problem, by extension, she feels like a problem. A project to be managed, not a partner to be heard. The second message, you can't handle this. You rush to provide solutions, even with the best intentions. But that can feel condescending. It implies she's helpless. Trust me, she's a smart, capable woman. She already knows she could go to HR or set boundaries with her sister. She's not coming to you for a strategic plan. She's coming to you for emotional sanctuary. And the third most devastating message, I'm not comfortable with your emotions. By rushing to kill the feeling, you signal that her sadness or anger is too much for you. She learns that being vulnerable with you doesn't lead to connection. It leads to you trying to rush her out of her feelings because they make you uncomfortable. So, to protect herself and you, she retreats. She goes silent. That silence isn't a weapon she's using against you. It's a shield she's using to protect herself. Think of it this way. Guys often connect shoulder to shoulder doing things together. We build friendships helping a buddy fix his car or strategizing about a work problem. For us, offering a solution is connection. Love is action. Women, though, often connect face to face through shared emotional understanding. For them, feeling seen and understood is the action. Empathy is the solution. When she wants to talk about a problem, the goal isn't always to make the problem vanish. The goal is to feel less alone in the problem. She wants you to jump into the foxhole with her, not stand on the edge yelling down instructions. So when you offer a quick fix, you're not speaking her language. You're answering a question she didn't ask. And while this dynamic can happen in any relationship, it's a classic trap that so many well-meaning men just fall into. You think you're proving your love by fixing things, but she just feels like you're troubleshooting your way out of an uncomfortable situation. Nobody feels connected during a tech support call. So, how do we fix this? The answer is both simpler and harder than you'd think. You don't need to become a mind reader. You just need to build one of the most powerful skills a man can have: emotional intelligence. It's about learning to shift from the default fix-it mode to a mode of listening and validating. It's about connecting on an emotional level before you even think about solutions. This is what makes a woman feel safe, seen, and deeply connected to you. It's the master key to that wall of silence. It really comes down to 4 skills. Skill 1, know thyself, self-awareness. It all starts here. You have to recognize your own internal fix-it alarm going off. Think back to our story. When she started talking about her problems, did you feel that jolt of adrenaline? That impatience to get to the point? That tension in your chest screaming, "This video is taking too long and boring me!" Problem detected, must solve! That is your fix-it impulse. The practice is to simply notice it. The next time she starts to share, take a breath. Feel that urge to interrupt and offer a solution, but just feel it. Don't act on it. That tiny pause is where you choose connection over correction. You have to learn to manage your own need for a quick resolution. Her emotional world isn't a fire for you to extinguish. It's a place for you to visit. Skill 2, master the art of empathy. This is the game changer. Empathy isn't feeling sorry for her. It's feeling with her. It's understanding her feelings from her perspective, even if you don't agree with them or think they're logical. Validation is how you show her that empathy. It's the single most powerful tool for making her feel heard. Validating her emotions doesn't mean you agree. It just means you accept that they are her real feelings and you care that they are her real feelings. Let's rewind our story and try again. She says, "It's just a lot of things." The old you says, "Like what? Tell me so I can fix it." The new you pauses, takes a breath, and says, "It sounds like you're really overwhelmed." That's it. That's the magic phrase. You aren't solving a thing. You're just holding up a mirror to her feelings so she knows that you see her. She continues, "My boss is just piling on the work and I feel like I'm drowning." The fixer says, "Go to HR." The feeler says, "Wow, that sounds incredibly stressful. I can see why you feel like you're drowning." See the difference? One gives her a to-do list. The other gives her an ally. A few other validation power phrases. I get why you'd feel that way. That sounds really hard. Tell me more about that. It makes total sense that you're upset. These phrases are keys. They tell her it's safe to open up because the guy on the other side isn't going to try and renovate the room. He's just going to sit with her in it. Skill 3, be the anchor. This one's about emotional regulation. This one's about you. To create a safe space for her emotions, you have to be able to manage your own. When she's upset or anxious, it's easy for you to get frustrated, especially when you feel helpless. Your calm is a gift. Your ability to stay present when she is spinning is what makes you the rock she needs. It's not about being an emotionless robot. It's about being an anchor in her storm. When you can just listen without getting swept away by your own need to fix things, you create a container of safety. She can fall apart a little, knowing that you won't. So if you feel yourself getting angry or defensive, that's your cue. Breathe. Remind yourself, this isn't about me. My only job right now is to listen. The moment you get defensive, the conversation becomes about your feelings, and she will shut down to avoid the conflict. Skill 4, actually listen. This is about active listening. Listening is not just waiting for your turn to talk. It's a full contact sport. First, kill all distractions. Phone down, TV off, make eye contact. Your undivided attention is the loudest way to say, you matter more than anything else right now. Second, listen to understand, not to reply. Most of us listen while composing our rebuttal. Stop. Your only goal is to understand her world. Listen for the feeling underneath the words. Is she talking about her boss or her fear of not being good enough? Third, use nonverbal cues. Nod your head. If she looks sad, look sad with her. If she's frustrated, show concern on your face. Just make sure it's genuine. This is a subtle but powerful way to show you're in sync. Just make sure you really are. When you put these 4 skills together, the whole dynamic changes. You're no longer a manager, you're a safe harbor. I want you to think about the last time this happened, the last time she was upset and you felt that pull to fix it. Which one of these 4 skills could have changed the whole thing? Was it noticing your own reaction? Self-awareness? Was it validating her feelings? Empathy? Was it staying calm? Regulation? Or was it truly just listening? Active listening? Drop your answer in the comments. Awareness, empathy, regulation, or listening. There's no wrong answer. Knowing the challenge is the first step to beating it. Let's see what the biggest hurdle is for you guys. So what happens when you make this shift? The change is night and day. First, you build a fortress of emotional safety. When she learns that she can bring her ugliest, messiest feelings to you without being judged or managed, she will stop hiding in silence. That wall will start coming down brick by brick. She'll start turning toward you with her problems, not away from you. That is the bedrock of true intimacy. Second, your connection deepens like you wouldn't believe. Intimacy isn't built on how many problems you solve for her. It's built on how many times you are willing to just be there with her. When you can sit with her in her sadness or validate her anger, you create an unbreakable bond. It's the stuff romance novels are trying to get at. Not a man with a huge six-pack slaying dragons, but a man who's brave enough to sit in the dark with her and just hold her hand. Third, your fights change. They happen less and they're way more productive. So many arguments start just because someone doesn't feel heard. When validation is your first move, you de-escalate conflict before it even starts. You'll find you're not fighting against each other anymore. You're working together. And here's the irony. You actually become more influential. Dr. John Gottman's research found that men who let their partners influence them have happier marriages. By letting go of the need to control and fix everything, you gain her trust. And once she feels deeply heard and understood, she becomes way more open to your suggestions. You earn the right to help solve the problem by first proving you can handle the feeling without jumping to try to solve it. That silence that feels so punishing is often a quiet plea. Please stop trying to fix me and just try to see me. She didn't fall in love with a consultant. She fell in love with you. She wants to feel connected to you, not managed by you. The path forward is to trade your toolbox for a listening ear and swap your blueprints for an open heart. The goal isn't to fix her problem, but to make her feel understood inside of it. Make that your mission, and everything changes. The silence is replaced by conversation. The distance is replaced by intimacy. And if you find these patterns are really dug in, don't be afraid to get help. It's not a sign of failure, it's a sign you're committed to building something that lasts. This is a skill. You won't get it right every time, and that's okay. The effort is what counts. The next time you see her struggling, resist that urge to fix. Take a breath and start with those magic words. That sounds really hard. Tell me more. Then just listen. You'll be amazed at what happens.